Paul McCann here. Welcome to another 5 further common poetry structures. The first one here I would like to introduce is the Diamantine. The Diamantine is a 7-line poem where the theme of the poem ends in opposite to the beginning. The description of each line are as follows. Line 1 is a noun, which is the theme or the topic of the poem. Line 2 have 2 adjectives describing the noun in line 1. Line 3 contains 3 participle words. That's words that end with an ing or an ed, like, working and strained. These words then relate to line 1 and line 2 of the poem. Line 4 have 4 nouns. 2 refer to the noun in line 1 and the other 2 refer to the line 7 of the poem. Line 5 has 3 participle words that relate to nouns in line 7, and line 6 contain 2 adjectives describing the noun in line 7. Line 7 is a noun, and that names the theme of the object, which is an opposite to the line 1. There are 2 examples that I have today, which is In Sickness and Health and Love and Hate. In Sickness and Health by Paul McCann. Pain, unbearable, troubled, suffering, wounded, untreated. Sadness, burden, caress, happy, healed, eased, relaxed, normality, healthy, comfort. Love and Hate by Paul McCann. Love, patient, peaceful, caring, forgiving, understanding, kind, supportive. Destructive, abusive, manipulated, violated, controlled, selfish, jealous, hate. The second structure today is the sonnet, which is a 14-line poem with a specific rhyming pattern. The rule is to keep to a set of alternate or iambic pentameter variations. A good example of this is breaking up the poem into an 8-line verse followed by a 6-line verse style, and then formatting those structures into a basic AABA method using the principle the sonnet may follow a rhyming pattern such as ABBA, ABBA for the first 8 lines, and then ABC, ABC, and the 6-line verse, which permits the 14 lines of the sonnet to be completed. I have got 2 examples of the sonnet here. The Escape from a Sad Heart and Red Blushed and All Cut Up. The Escape from the Sad Heart by Paul McCann. Sad heart, please disguise, for I cannot hide how I feel inside, tears behind my eyes, my sad heart's capsized. Shipwrecked by the tide, my thoughts start to slide into a sunrise. It's there I escape like a bird in flight. There I feel the shape of ships in the night on a lost landscape far away from sight. Red Blushed and All Cut Up by Paul McCann. Talking to myself there. Someone had overheard. I was lost for a word. There was nothing to share. Embarrassed I was there. Left awkward and absurd, a broken wingless bird, with nowhere to fly there, caught, red-faced there was I. Didn't want to be seen, I just wanted to die. I just wanted to scream. I'm so terribly shy. Lost for words, it would seem. Structure 3, the idyll. This structure would present a strong image in a lyrical composition, giving an account of a peaceful, romantic, or blissful scene or incident. My example here is A Still Moment. A Still Moment by Paul McCann. In the garden with my baby, we smell a rose, we touch a tree, we see a butterfly, we kiss, and then we say goodbye. Structure 4, the Clerihew. This structure takes its formation from Edmund Clerihew Bentley, who put together these rules in a simple 4-line construction of poetry with a witty or humorous content and the theme on a biographical subject. My example here is The Poorhouse Walls. The Poorhouse Walls by Paul McCann. John Wesley was a worried man. He had a poorhouse plan to build with bricks made of bread slapped up with strawberry jam. They said that bread would never do in these hard times today. The poorhouse will come falling down with no place left to stay. And the final structure on today's presentation is the Renga. This structure is similar to the tanka and haiku, which have a specific syllable pattern. The structure of syllables in the Renga are 5-7, 5-7, 7. I have 2 examples to present today, Green Pastures and Ode to Man. Green Pastures by Paul McCann. Meadows in my mind, landscapes on evergreen thoughts, with floating ideals far from the harsh daily grind, in tranquility's green fields. Ode to Man by Paul McCann. A living being, a creature formed from the clay, made in God's image. Man can be so beautiful, the spirit of man, that is. That's the end of this poetry presentation, and it was great to have your presence here. Please visit again for my next presentation on poetry structures.